Hey YouTube, this is the Blob, and I'm here with Zcaust83, one of the other Junkhouse gamers. You've seen both of us put stuff up on YouTube at this point. Um, we just decided we were going to.
Talk about how much Games Workshop sucks.
There you go. There you go. And that's probably a broad category.
We play Games Workshop stuff.
Okay, let's just get right into it. Alright, yes, we
We're
play.
apprehensive about it.
Yes, no, we play Games Workshop stuff. We're going to admit it to you. We're going to admit it to you to your faces.
We also the blog goes out of his way to find miniatures that are like Games Workshop stuff so that we don't have to give them money for their stuff.
Way to narc me out on that. Thank you.
Everybody should do it, though. Maybe they'll get the point.
He's, in case you guys are unaware, because I was for a long time, he's referring to things like Mantic. Mantic makes great on Deadline.
They probably have other ones, too.
Yes, they do.
Like a lot better.
Dwarves. Some people don't like the dwarves. I haven't really seen them in person yet. They might be great.
The Games Workshop dwarves are pretty tight, though. But they're a horrible company.
Would you pay the prices?
No, I stole a lot of those.
So let's. I don't know. We don't really have a structure for this rant. We're just gonna rant. That's what rants are. But let's try to channel the first part of this. We originally brought this up because we were gonna talk about games that Games Workshop made and then threw away / abandoned.
Epic Armageddon.
Again, boom!
It's a fantastic game, but it's so good we had to rewrite a lot of it so we could actually use the pieces that are around.
Elaborate on that. Why did we rewrite it? Pieces are available to buy, but
yeah, but the unit cards had specific units you had to have. Like you had to have 3 Lehman Russes in a tank in a unit,
right?
And then some infantry guys,
right?
But we made a point system for each individual piece in the game,
right?
So you could have 4 Lehman Russes and 4 stands of dudes.
You could,
instead of what they're telling you can only have.
You could have 40k type units, right?
Yeah.
It's 3 stands of Guardians, a War Walker, a Wraith Lord, and a Farseer, all in one little unit. You pay a certain amount of points you play. But as dear Zcaust83 is alluding to, we designed that part of it.
We made it better.
Well,
we still play it.
Yeah, I wouldn't go that far.
No, it's better.
I wouldn't go that far. But I would say we were forced to design it out of necessity, right? Isn't that what we're talking about here?
Yeah, because we had this. Well, you had a lot of the stuff, and we wanted to play it.
But necessity was brought upon us by Games Workshop.
Oh yeah, because they stopped making this shit.
Fucking abandoning this game. They wrote this game back when I was real young, in the 90s or early 90s.
When it was only Titans.
Apparently, it was around in the late 80s, which I didn't even know about.
Yeah,
when it was all Titans. Yeah. So they put all this effort into this game. They brought it through 2, 3, maybe even 4 evolutions, and then they abandoned it.
Yeah.
Didn't just abandon selling the game, because for a while they offered the rules for free off their website, and they could still sell you the miniatures.
One of the only decent moves they've made.
Right. That's classy, right?
Yeah.
If we're not going to sell the game, at least here's what we did to fix it a little bit. But they also still sold the miniatures. They still sold the Guardians. They still sold the war buggies until they sold them all.
They melted all of that shit down, so they don't even sell it anymore.
So
it's
what
all
the
plastic.
Fuck? What the fuck is that?
And they won't make plastic stuff small enough for that scale, I guarantee it. So Epic's gone, except for what we have. And
you're brutalizing me. Just listening to you admit this out loud, it hurts me.
There's nothing. It's all gonna be. They're not gonna make plastic Epic stuff.
Can you go any further than melting it down? In reality, like just looking at a gamer. Could you just look at a gamer and be like, "Guess what? I'm melting all that shit down."
And I'm gonna give all the metal to Red China to make weapons to kill us with in the middle of the night. You might as well have said that. May as well have said that because Games Workshop's evil. They're the EA Games of tabletop games.
Awesome.
Nobody likes them.
Awesome.
But we still buy their shit.
We still buy their shit. But let's not cover that part yet. Let's not cover that part yet, because that needs to be covered. But we'll get to that. So, they stopped making Epic. They stopped making Lord of the Rings. They stopped making War Master. They stopped making Mordheim, right? They stopped making Blood Bowl.
And I've also heard they're going to go to, circle bases for the Warhammer Fantasy stuff. That's going to be a really great move. They've already raped the hell out of that game from what I've seen. You can't even use half the stuff in the tournaments.
They stopped making Warhammer Quest.
Yeah.
Now, You told me you played Warhammer Quest?
I had it.
You had it.
Yeah.
You actually had the game.
No, not Warhammer. I had Dragon Quest.
Okay.
But through Dragon Quest was the shit for Warhammer Quest.
So somehow that was part of that.
Yeah, like you could use some of the stuff, like because Dragon Quest was D&D system game, AD&D.
Okay, so that's what, like 8 games we named that they just murdered. They murdered their own games. Am I missing any? I am missing Man of War.
Yeah, I think D&D though swallowed the shit out of Warhammer Quest. They might have stopped making it because of competition.
Okay, yeah, no, Man of War. I mean, Jesus Christ. So now, I guess something we should admit to the public here. We design and release tabletop games.
Better ones.
Well,
I'm biased, but
again, yes,
at least they're playable. There's no fucking illegal shit that comes out all the time, but they force you to buy. Like, here, buy this thing, but oh wait, a year later you can't use it in any game. We don't do that.
Okay. So anyway, as tabletop game designers and sellers, we obviously work hard for our ideas. We struggle to make ideas that people want to play, thus buy, and share with their goddamn friends.
Junkhouse83.com.
How does it feel to you personally, Zcaust, when you see a company make a couple of games that could be worth several million, maybe, collectively, if they just left them on the marketplace?
They just melt everything down.
And they just destroy them all. Like, how does it feel to watch them sandbag this shit? Because it fucks me up a little bit. When it's combined with the disdain that the company seems to show to its customers.
For the people that pay all this money. And the shit's expensive. It's not like it's cheap stuff that it doesn't matter that you all of a sudden wrote it out of your game.
Right. See, that's brutal. Right. Write something out of your game after you made us pay $49.95.
Yeah.
So,
how many people buy miniatures? I mean, I'm sure a lot of people do, but
they do.
But like every year, you're gonna buy replacements for your shit just because some company said you can't use it in the tournaments. By the way, tournaments cost money. If they're sponsored by the same company, it costs even more than a private tournament.
Right.
You shouldn't have to pay for that shit.
So I'm already upset because I'm a designer living in this world, and these guys are throwing quality ideas away. They're throwing them away. And they're pissing people off while they throw them away.
Because they don't care.
But then we do have to discuss the price of their games real quick. These shits are retarded expensive.
The box game, the core game you get with the 2 armies alone is like $100 now. And the rule book, if you buy the rule book by itself, it's $100. All the fucking separate army books, because you have to have a separate army book also for every one of the races.
So the buy-in here for some of these games is...
Those are $45. Just for a separate army book is $45.
And then you got to buy the actual army, right?
Yeah.
The figures.
Yeah, and they don't. By the way, they don't put the special rules for that race in the main rule book that you have to have.
Sometimes they don't, including the new end time stuff, where you get the rules with the model unless you buy, I guess, the big Nagash book. But since I didn't buy it, it's as secretive to me as a real secret tome.
Yeah, so look for PDFs online, folks.
Just try to find free ones, I guess. What do you think about the future of Games Workshop? I guess
they're never going to go away.
They're never going to go away.
About like there's never going to be a new Magic the Gathering. Like there's not going to be another card game. There's probably not going to be another miniatures game that's as big as Games Workshop.
Can they keep cutting their own body parts off and stay functional?
As long as people still buy it, they're going to do whatever they got to do, and they're going to keep selling that shit. The only thing that's going to take them down is that Chinese company that was casting models and sold them for like a fraction of the price.
And they still are.
Yeah. So
apparently, I don't know this company.
It'll be shit like that kills Games Workshop, but only shit like that. People have to start making their own stuff. Like we made our own terrain,
right?
And we make a lot of our own stuff,
right?
Because we're not paying for it,
right?
If enough people do that, even if you don't know how to do it, you can buy it from another company.
All
It's cheaper too.
I gotta do this thing just for the people out there on YouTube. So Zcaust here hasn't really been following like the lore of Warhammer, and me neither, because I can't afford to buy all the books.
Yeah, I'm not buying your stupid fiction books either.
However, I do have some gaming club people who are telling me what's in all the books. And what I'm going to do real quick here in like 30 seconds is I'm going to run the ideas of the new Warhammer history lore past Zcaust, and he's going to give his just impression. It should be awesome because it usually is. So, lizard men are all dead because the moon blew up.
That's good. They're a terrible. They're a terrible race in the game. They're worthless, just like Bretonnians, and I heard they're writing those out too.
Okay, yeah, I was gonna get to that. So Bretonnians may not exist anymore.
Yeah, that's a good thing too. You have the Empire. That's all. You don't fucking need the Bretonnians.
You don't need these guys. Okay.
Plus, who wants to paint all that shit anyway? At least the Empire, you can paint all their knights the same.
Okay, so Skaven apparently kill everyone, steal the center of a city, and teleport somewhere.
No.
Oh, this is awesome.
I'm sure that's bullshit.
You're gonna love this one. Skaven can't beat an army of orcs and maybe dwarves, so they blow up a mountain to kill Skarsnik and kill Gobla instead.
If they're gonna go through, why would they go through all that trouble to kill? Why wouldn't they just give the goblins more power and, like we were talking about earlier, get rid of animosity so they can actually win a game? But like the Skaven are kind of stupid too. I mean, why are you gonna give them all the glory? As far as I'm concerned, goblins were around before them. They should get fucking priority on that.
So that was like 30 seconds of Warhammer lore with Zcaust. Hope you took that in. Yeah, that was a good one. Skaven do all this shit.
Nah.
So sorry, I forgot one. New Universe is so fucked up that instead of provinces with towers and border guards and shit, all the races live in space bubbles, and the bubbles float around, and the only time the races fight is when the bubbles accidentally touch.
That's retarded. That doesn't.
Oh shit!
That's fucking retarded.
Yes.
Like, I don't like any of that. And the circle, and that's probably why they're doing everything in circle bases too.
I don't know. That's still a rumor.
I think that's gonna happen.
Still a rumor. You think it's gonna happen? Give me odds on circle bases.
I'm going 90-10.
Ouch.
They're going circle bases. Ouch. It's gonna destroy everything mounted in that game.
That's just gonna break a lot of hearts.
Yeah, but who cares? You're paying money for that shit, keeping it alive.
Games.
Is there gonna be a separate league for the square-based Warhammer? Or is that gonna be just flat out illegal?
People are already conjecturing.
How do you play a circle-based Warhammer Fantasy?
Apparently, it's gonna be Think about how they killed Mordheim and they killed all these other games. Apparently, there's going to remake them now, and it's going to be one hegemonic game. It's just going to be Warhammer.
What was wrong with Mordheim, where they had to... Because
what was wrong with it?
What was wrong with it in the first place?
I guess nothing.
If they're just going to bring it back like a different way, well, why'd they take it away?
And we come full circle with this rant. Why did Games Workshop take those games away if they're just going to make extra crap?
You're already raping everybody for your main two games, 40K and Fantasy. Raping them. In every core game you have for all this shit like the Lord of the Rings, and I hate Lord of the Rings. It's like $100. For $70 we got all that Robotech shit.
Oh, yeah, see, folks, you see what's happened? Games Workshop.
$70, and they actually wanted $100.
Did you see what just happened at Games Workshop? He's already drifting towards Palladium.
Yeah, they're way better.
He's gone. He's gone to the world of Robotech
too. If Mantic could nut up and write a fucking fantasy game.
If you could have one of the... Let's wrap this rant up real quick.
And they boned Forge World, too.
Nice. Remember? Oh, let's go to that real quick. So, Forge World, awesome. What the fuck is this? Either they own it or they don't, which I'm confused. Either Games Workshop owns it or they don't.
I thought they were the Image Comics.
Clarify that. Well, apparently not. Apparently there's something going on there. But then now everything Forge World makes is incredibly expensive, but you can never use it in Games Workshop.
Yeah, that's dumb. That's as dumb as that space bubble thing.
I'm saying Squig Gaba. Can you put that in the 9th edition rules? Squig Gaba. Put it in the goddamn legitimate Games Workshop.
And stop making editions of rules. Just fucking, what are you doing?
They have to keep it fresh.
No, they don't. Everybody keeps playing it. that makes no sense to keep rewriting rules. It's the same book, give or take 10 pages.
Touche.
And it's $100.
I got nothing for that.
Just for the book.
He's right, folks.
And then all the stuff you spent money on the year before you can't use because they wrote it out of the rules or tournaments. Like, what are you doing?
All right, let's wrap this rant up with one big question. If you could have one of the myriad of Games Workshop games back that they killed.
Epic.
Epic.
So we get more
tiny
stuff.
40K. In case people don't know what Epic is.
But only so we could use our game that we made that's better than theirs.
Oh, okay. A little selfish motive there.
I just want more stuff to use.
Because you have Space Marines.
Yeah.
You have almost a chapter's worth of Space Marines in 1/285th for Epic Armageddon.
Yep.
I can tell you the truth. I think Epic. I think I'm voting for Epic too.
Yeah, cast the rest of the stuff so we can buy it.
I'd like to see them come back with
Or
Blood
let Forge
Bowl.
World fucking do it. All those Thunderhawks are better than yours anyway.
Bring back the Tau, Epic Scale Tau.
Yeah.
We meant to buy some.
We were going to.
We didn't have time. You took our time away. You showed us one of the true harshest meanings of being an adult.
And everything.
Running out of time.
God.
You know.
We had a full Air Force and fucking troops and stuff in a
shopping cart, ready to use a credit card.
Ready to go.
Put it off for what, half a month?
Yeah, it was gone. Jesus.
So there you go. We both vote. Games Workshop, bring back fucking Epic.
Yeah. And put fucking Dawn of War on console, you idiots.
Oh, and you've been watching slides of Killzone, which apparently is what?
A better version.
A fan version? Fanboy version?
Yeah, fanboy all the way.
Okay, so yeah, you've been watching slides of Killzone mixed in probably with other slides.
The fans had to make up their own game to play with their stuff.
Zing. So, I guess YouTubers, leave in the comments. Leave comments in what game do you want Games Workshop to bring back? Maybe they'll listen.
Or tell us how much you hate Games Workshop.
That would be good too.
And EA Games.
Yeah.
Throw them in there too.
Nice.
They're the EA Games on tabletop. And Flames of War sucks.